once you drop in Pentagon.
Well, what you do is you slowly
you
slowly prepare the species subconsciously for something they wouldn't typically be ready for. So that way, when it's there, it's like, you've already dipped your toe in the water, and it's not gonna be as screwed up. You know what you're dealing with. Yeah. It's like, oh, they're aliens, not.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Do you remember War of the Worlds?
Yeah.
With Tom Cruise or?
So, there's that one, but going back to when they first released
the radio broadcast?
Okay.
Yeah, when people were jumping out of rooftops.
People were killing themselves because they thought this was real, because when they were telling the story through the radio, they didn't really
people missed the fact that it was, hey, this is tonight's program.
Yeah, so people were dropping in.
That's a world without warning labels. That's a world without safety labels, and it's not one that I'm totally against.
And not mass information either.
Yeah, right.
That helped a lot.
Yeah. Can you imagine though? We don't have any technology, and you're listening to a radio. You jump onto a station,
which
and
there was
these things.
5 stations back then.
Yeah, right.
Something like that. Right?
Imagine coming up next on the radio, Orson Welles. Orson, take it away. There are aliens everywhere, Jackson. Aliens. What? Ah!
No, but they basically they were getting into the part where the things come out of the ground and they just start
jacking.
Yeah, and the people were tuning in whenever it was coming. Yeah, to whenever it was coming out of the ground.
And the way they portrayed it was actual news report.
Yeah.
I think that's part of what got people.
Yeah. And then
hashtag fake news.
Yeah, these things start beating people and turning them into dust. Can you imagine
if that was real?
No, being those people that killed themselves. They literally thought that was happening, and they thought the end of the world was here.
Imagine immediately killing yourself and then realizing the truth of the situation after you're dead.
Oh, no. What about the families that are like, Billy jumped out of a window. Yeah. It's just a book.
It's a radio program.
It's just a show.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Billy.
That would be the ultimate embarrassment.
You would never know, though.
But that'd be probably the positive side of that.
Yeah, right.
You get up to heaven. You get up to heaven, and God's sitting there with the radio, listening to War of the Worlds. Have you heard this shit? Sorry. Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
That's how we lost Uncle Tommy.
That's how we lost Uncle Tommy.
Can you imagine some of the people who have historical relatives? They have historical relatives that lost relatives. That they lost them to that. They died. They killed themselves. Oh yeah. And then they see Tom Cruise in War of the Worlds, and they're like, "Motherfucker,
I can't watch this shit."
Shit.
Just storm out of the room. Everyone else is like, "What's up with them?
What's the deal with them? Do you really hate Tom Cruise that much? I mean, I get he's a Scientologist.
But can you just see him as an actor?
Is he a Scientologist anymore? I don't know if he is anymore.
I don't.
They gave him that giant gold plate on his neck. He's for life, bro. Right?
I was gonna leave. Let me tell you something about Scientology that the Crips might also tell you: blood in, blood out.
You live in a body bag.
That's how it works. Say what?
He stopped talking to his own kids.
Tom Cruise did?
Yeah.
What? Oh, with Katie Holmes?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you know how that works, right?
Once you leave, you can't have any contact with...
Oh, that, and I was going to say, dude, psychiatric help is... No, you go to the church for psychiatric care.
Put, probes on you or...
Oh, they give you the Pheton meters. They measure your Phetons to get... They essentially do a 21st century version of, you got ghosts in your blood, dude. Here, do this cocaine about it.
Or wave this wand across your forehead.
Yeah.
And the evil spirits will eventually come out.
You imagine being one of those people that are just like, well, we need to, There. I sense the Phetons hate black ink.
You already feel better, right? And you're like, yeah, I do.
That's a good little side topic for aliens is Scientology, considering they think that...
No, well, that's their base foundation, right?
They took aliens from all sorts of different planets and put them on one planet and then drop nuclear bombs into volcanoes, and now those alien souls inhabit, all of us because of their sadness.
And because they're evil.
And we got to purge the Thetans from us. How? Well, that's going to cost you about $2,500 to figure out the first step in how.
Yeah.
That's
and then a membership fee.
That's how they get you.
Many cultures have legends of creatures which are part human and part reptile. One of the first historical depictions of a reptilian humanoid was the ancient Egyptian deity Sobek, who had a head of a crocodile. He was depicted with similar traits such as being aggressive and animalistic.
Well,
I can imagine.
Crocodile, yeah.
Moving over to
No
reptilians.
surprise.
Yeah.
This is just the Wikipedia for reptilian.
Oh, you looked up reptilian?
Yeah.
Okay, for a minute I thought you were on the Egyptian gods. I was like, the Egyptian pantheon is fun to talk about. Like, the Egyptian pantheon is just interesting. But what do you got now?
Reptilian conspiracy theory.
Ah, wonderful. Wonderful.
Yes.
So,
What's
Saurians. Draconians. There we go. Yeah, that's the thing. That was the difference. It was like the alpha draconian reptilians and then the Anunnaki species that has a reptilian element. They're all depicted with.
So are they like both evil, or is one kind of like
the alpha reptilians are they want to dominate, whereas the alpha draconians want to dominate, whereas the hence like draconian, like draconian laws is like super strict and just dominant and oppressive.
Yeah.
That's a good word, oppressive.
Yeah.
Whereas the Anunnaki are just like, we're like thousands of years ahead of you, so we're just gonna. You do what you naturally do, but we're gonna take a little bit off the top, kind of thing. They're not as hostile, I guess you could say. Some species of alien that are said to be created by other more advanced species are actually like thankful. They actually embrace their servitude or slavery because they're happy to have been given life.
In this new, in a way, enlightenment, awareness.
Yeah.
From the
like they
intelligence increase.
I guess imbued with more advanced intelligence, so like they understand what they've been given to a higher degree. So, but that's just one interesting thing. Like I mean the whole go to here if anything. Let me pull up the email and I'll give you the URL of the page to go to, and you can just hop around there and have a whole bunch of fun. Trust me, I did. I sent myself an email that said alien shit. Okay, go to extraterrestrials.fandom.com. Yes, I realize it's a fandom page. Oh, and then /wiki.
You never know, there might be some juicy shit in there.
Oh, there is. There is. It detail the level of detail that they can get into about the different species of alien is actually rather astonishing. Because I'm wondering how they came upon this particular information.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just wondering how they came upon this particular information. Like, he sent me a video. I need to watch it so I can see how off his fucking rocker this guy really is.
The guy that came out with it?
The channeler. The video of the guy channeling aliens. Because I've
is
seen...
that a Vice video? Because I saw that.
Yes,
Vice.
it is.
It is? Okay,
yeah.
I almost watched it last night.
Okay.
Yeah,
because
so I know who he's talking about.
I haven't seen that one, but I have
Mm-hmm.
seen a channeler talk about it, and it's just like, dude, I don't
know about this one.
I don't know.
Like
David Wilcock, the guy who wrote the what is it called?
I already forgot.
Something Paradox, I think. But he has claimed to channel Ra before.
Oh, I've heard about those books.
Yeah, he has claimed.
friend had read them once and told me about them.
What books?
It was, I guess, some lady was channeling Ra.
Oh yeah.
In the Book of Seth.
No,
is that what I'm thinking of?
I don't know.
I think it's the Book of Seth.
Okay.
But it sounds very similar to what you're talking about.
There was a woman famed for channeling and having like a sort of esoteric knowledge of spirituality and our nature here, and she was said to channel one of the old deities. But I watched a video of, I think it was it was an audio clip of David Wilcock channeling Ra, and I'm just like, I can't, like, I
the guy from Ancient Aliens?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he channels. He's a real interesting
I didn't know
one.
that.
Yeah. I love how a lot of these people, you wind up seeing their history, and then it's like, yeah, so the first time I channeled Ra was when I took 5 hits of acid right into my gums. It's like, oh, you don't say.
Yeah,
you took 5 hits of acid, and you wound up channeling an ancient deity.
Yeah.
Huh.
I would say at the very least you went through a couple dimensional portals.
Yeah, like, on the real, dude. Like, it's just
I'm
like...
sure you talked to at least a few entities.
Yeah, well, we were actually at a dinner party, and I was going to talk to Hermes, but he was just babbling on. Ra seemed more interesting.
It wasn't coming up.
It wasn't?
No, I don't know why.
That's irritating. They took it down. Bro.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they
know.
They're
watching us through this video.
Hey, if anyone visits you guys tonight dressed in black, fucking fedoras on.
I'm gonna
no facial hair.
I'm gonna be like, take me to your leader, bro. Just do it.
I wonder if they fuck with people in Texas.
What would happen if you slept?
Just get shot.
Tap, tap, tap. We are the...
I told
you best take 3 steps back, buddy. You're on my porch.
I don't even have a porch, but get off.
Sidewalks, public property. You're perfectly fine there. I can hear you. Well, you best choose them words wisely. You ain't got eyelashes, eyebrows, nothing. You look suspicious as fuck to me. You sus, bro. Like,
I'll show your pale head around here again.
Oh God, that'd be really funny.
Weird.
That'd be really funny if you heard about one of the Men in Black being shot, and it's just like nobody knows what happened. Like he gets away or whatever, and it's just like
just runs off.
Like yes, that guy's like, yeah, shot one of the Men in Black. I got footage of him running away, like a little bitch.
You know, it'd be fucked up.
But what if running away is like super quick? Like,
that'd be fucked up. Like he just flashed,
like fucking creepy quick. Yeah,
that'd be screwed
just instantly
up.
around the corner, and you're just like,
you know, I wonder if modern technology, like, you know how everybody and their mother films stuff with their cell phones, like the cops get involved in an incident and they immediately get their cell phones on and they're recording and stuff. Yeah. I wonder if the Men in Black have sort of had to like change up their tactics because
the mob did. I watched them talk about it, so
fair enough. It's a fair point. Yeah, man, like, can you, like, I wonder what their tactics are at this point. Like, obviously you don't hear a whole lot about them, but they're, like, that footage, that shit was creepy.
Now? At this point, it's just like,
people
another person.
People are, it's becoming one of those things that it's not like, oh, do you think they exist? But it's more like, when do you think they're going to come down and actually be like, hey, we're here.
I'm telling you, man, it's when all of the countries hit that red button to like just destroy the world.
Where were they? Where were they at the Cuban Missile Crisis, dude? Where were they at the Cuban Missile Crisis?
They could have been on standby.
Yeah.
Let's just see what happens.
Let's see if
there was like 8,000 Tic Tacs worldwide. Nobody was paying attention.
Standby,
yeah.
Everyone's distracted.
For real though, like I think
that could be a possibility.
Yeah, like I genuinely think that at this point, like that's a definite possibility. Is it's like when we're all about to fucking nuke each other, but I think it's got to be before that. It's got to be like I think if America goes into another full-out hot civil war, I think that's when they got to be like, yo, didn't you figure this out the first time? All right, guess what? You're all one. Get used to it. Like there's one guy that's like racist. He shouts out, he shouts out the N-word or something like that, and they just fucking just vaporize that guy. Like he's just vapor. We didn't need him anyway. Anybody else got anything stupid to say? Speak now, because we'll figure it out.
Or he comes up with his own racial term for the aliens.
What if the aliens are racist against us?
Do it.
What if they're racist against us? We're the lower class
filthy
humanoids. Yeah,
they call us
these monkeys.
They actually sweat still.
They sweat still.
They have facial expressions. Why do you even move your mouth?
You guys glorify muscles. You glorify your ability to still go. What the hell is the matter with you? Like, you know why we have these big ass heads and little bodies? Because this is valuable.
So I came across something yesterday, basically along the lines of when the second coming happens. When I forget what this guy.
No, go ahead. I got something that's great.
About, right?
Maybe, but I got something that's great.
Apparently, this guy was saying that Putin is the Antichrist.
You saw the same shit I did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, he's the latest, huh?
So,
just wait.
He's the Antichrist.
Just wait, folks.
Basically, whenever Armageddon happens, it's not angels that are going to come down and fight the demons. It's going to be these like UFOs, and they're like perceived as the angels.
Yeah, and the second coming of Jesus is the lead alien. So Jesus is like a lead ET that's going to fight Putin, the Antichrist. I saw this too.
Yeah.
This guy was another one like Tsoukalos. He's so certain. Like this guy doesn't even like.
Why is nobody listening?
Yeah. I'm trying to tell you that the alien overlord is going to fight the Russian Antichrist, who's also an alien overlord, in a second coming of an alien Bible. Like, how can you not understand this?
Putin's the leader of the reptilians.
It's like, hello, people.
He's too out in the open. I think
he's risking it.
I think it's somebody who's like a Rockefeller, somebody who sits in a boardroom.
What if that
dips his balls in cocaine, rubs them on other guys,
makes other people snort it off.
I mean, okay, so what if
that's a Sheenus?
And this is me just playing around with the idea, right? What if Putin actually is able to decipher the stuff that's going on with these crafts that the U.S. hasn't been able to figure out yet, you know? And like he gains control of it, and he becomes the threat that they are observing and making sure we don't actually come across. Because can you imagine being an extraterrestrial or just an alien race that's like observing us, and they're like, oh shit, they have our tech. Oh shit, they figured out how to use our tech. These crazy fucking things are going to destroy the universe.
Yeah, or like that collider.
That's the
they look
fight.
at the collider.
Like, they're sitting there watching us. Thank God they really haven't figured out plutonium. Good, they could just blow themselves up with it.
They create a sun out of Earth.
You realize you can blow up your sun, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it doesn't take much. It takes a little more than you guys can handle, but like, it not a lot.
Can you imagine that's what they're here observing us for, though, is to make sure we don't take some wild turn. Some crazy turn.
Don't use it for the wrong reasons, or went left when we should have went right.
Well, geez.
With the certain technologies.
An intervention around September 1st, 1938 would have been cool. That would have been nice. That was the day Hitler invaded Poland and started World War II.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
Hitler was a reptilian, too.
It was, like I said, would have been nice if they had been like, hey, bro, knock it off. It's not cool. Hey. I imagine they laughed their asses off when they saw our prototypes of UFOs.
Oh, yeah.
I just like thinking about that, like just that the Greys just sitting there with popcorn. Dude, it's the test today. They think they figured out how we fly. No, they did the same thing they did with a helicopter, but shaped it differently. It's awesome.
I wonder if this group of scientists will die this time. How many do you think will die this time?
Before they changed the shit.
They saw the Challenger. They were like, oh, hey, they're going into space again. This will be fun to... What the fuck? It just blew up. It just blew up. Oh, those poor monkeys. Wow.
That's okay. We saved some DNA. We'll start over here. Third trial.
Were you filming that? No, they were. We'll get the footage later.
Being on the topic of World War II, are y'all familiar with the Battle of Los Angeles?
No, what?
Yes. Okay. You can pull it up and just put Battle of Los Angeles 1942. There's a picture, and what happened was, okay, Pearl Harbor just happened, right?
Okay.
The threat, as of right then and there, is the Japanese army about to invade the West Coast.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So, as you can imagine, major cities all up and down the West Coast are heavily fortified with anti-aircraft guns and
also
anything
known
in
as the
between.
Great Los Angeles Air Raid.
That's a real picture right there. Spotlights. The U.S. Army found a UFO came across L.A. and they just freaked out, thought it was Japan. Opened fired on it and followed it, and it was just like, oh, what's going on over here, and just taking the hits kind of thing. And they were shooting the shit out of it. People actually died. I think 5 or 6 people in LA died from falling shrapnel. They were shooting the shit out of it.
Oh my god.
World War II's bizarre Battle of Los Angeles.
Yes.
What the hell?
What?
It is one of the most fascinating events.
Because
in
the thing,
of UFOs.
It was a UFO that...
It was enlarge that picture. You can kind of see it. It's getting lit up, but all the spotlights are right on it. You can see the shape. See?
Yeah, you can just kind of make out like a base, a
basic
disc structure,
saucer.
Like a disc.
Yeah, right here.
And they're lighting it the fuck up.
Oh shit! No, I just noticed that part of it.
See all the little yellow spots? That's anti-aircraft fire.
Oh, these yellow spots
popping
here?
around it.
Oh shit! I didn't mean
because anti-aircraft fire, it's a timed explosive.
Oh, okay, okay.
And they actually,
and that's the craft.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so you're seeing little pops of explosives all
that's
around.
a negative. Look at that.
See that? See those little those? You can even see that there's smoke around it.
What I'm saying is that's very clearly like
a saucer.
A saucer, like. Yeah. Oh my god!
Isn't that a trip? Over LA. Not no little town. A major city.
That's LA, dude.
In the beginning of World War II for America.
I've never heard of this.
Neither have I. That is nuts.
Yeah, dude. It's a trip.
Because the fact, there's. I'll try to. What I can do is I can put this picture up right around here.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But I want to do the one that has the negative. I want to do the one that has the negative. Because you can just very clearly see. It's like, look at that. It's right there.
And you can see the evidence of them shooting at it. All the flak popping around it.
And you said...
They are lighting something up, and it's just a flying object.
That one. That's such a perfect image, dude. That is such a perfect image.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Dude, that would be a cool poster, yeah.
It would.
Yeah, you can even see looks like there's a top to it.
Yeah, like a little
bell.
Yeah. That is wild.
That's just one of a few stories just in World War II.
And I know
UFO sightings.
I know Hitler was super into the occult and like
what were they called again? The Thrill Society.
The Thule Society.
Was that them?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
something else.
They started out. The Thule Society started out as it was both interested in the occult, but it was also a white supremacy thing. Like, you had to swear that, to the best of your knowledge, there was no Jewish or color, as they phrased it, in your blood. And if you were married, your wife had to swear as well to gain it. So it was both.
Yeah, that's what the
supremacy.
SS followed.
Yes. Yeah, the SS and the Nazi Party rose from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And because I had just started reading about that today.
Involved into.
No shit.
What?
There it is.
Yep.
Check that out. That's pretty intense.
That
really shows it.
It's very. Save that picture. Do me a favor and save that picture, because that is very clearly a
flying saucer.
A flying saucer that they are shooting at,
and it's just taking the hits. It's not flying remotely fast, from what I understood. It's been a while since I looked into it, but
it wasn't
the original. Like, it's literally just cruising,
kind of cruising by, checking it out.
Not really fast. I mean, they had time to follow it and just light it up for a very long time. I think it was a solid like 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, it's badass.
That
the
is
flak
nutty.
around it makes it look like so surreal that
It
they were
does.
shooting at something.
And
it did nothing.
And somebody would try to play that off as a Zeppelin or a weather balloon, and it's like, that's not at all.
It's taking flak head on at a slow speed.
Well, that's the thing, is some of the stuff
altitude.
Some of the stuff that they had found at the Roswell crash, like some of the reports that came out from like the very early excavations of it, was like this metal that they had. It was like a sheet of metal, but it was like this. It was malleable like this and light as paper, but when they shot at it no holes.
Damn.
Like, I've heard a similar story where like a guy brought a piece to his family home secretly, and he showed his son. He's like, "Look what happens when I crumble it up." He crumbled it up, and it was like some kind of thin metal. He crumbles it up and lets it go, and it unraveled itself right in front of him.
Oh wow!
And that's what he was showing. It's one of those, early Area 51 type stories.
We should all get our
Roswell
take
stories.
A road trip to Roswell.
That'd be
cool.
fun. That'd be cool. Be
cool. Get out there at like nighttime too, and just like maybe we'll see you.
Who knows?
We'll definitely meet some interesting folks.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That we could do what those pussies never did and try to storm Area 51.
Yeah, just us three.
Yeah,
and never be seen again.
I imagine. I bet that it's so boring out there. The snipers get excited when people are approaching. Oh, we got one. We got a bogey.
He's like, please have a gun.
Please cross that line. Do it.
That's interesting to know. Has that happened to anyone that's gone too far in
people have gotten
military property and never be found again?
Oh, never be found again? I'm not sure.
Like you're saying, taken out by a sniper.
Yeah.
And then a recovery team just pops out of a hole in the ground.
Like the spiders?
Yeah.
Done.
Those are
you end up some other place, and like some crazy story that you were murdered by somebody or something. Yeah, just some way to like make your family at ease. Like make sure they don't ask questions.
Yeah.
Men in Black show.
They just suddenly get funds in the bank account.
Men in Black show up, they have his head. Say anything, it's next is you.
Jesus. Well, Bob Lazar actually had that happen to him. In the Rogan podcast, he talked about, excuse me, fucking throat, how he knew a spot, some cliff spot where they actually tested out the UFOs, and he knew the time, the days, and he gathered some neighborhood friends to prove it to him. Took their own video camcorders, and they went in the middle of the night, and he said they did it for, I think, a month or so before one night they were watching it. And as usual, the saucers or whatever they are came out and did these crazy maneuvers.
Yeah.
And obviously it's right in front of you, and they're just like, whoa, and observing it. And this one particular night, he said all of a sudden, it was the last time they got to do it. All of a sudden, there was a full military group completely surrounded them.
Oh my!
And they didn't even know it until they were right on them.
Wow.
Like, really go, hey, you guys come with us. That's when they knew they were there.
Oh wow!
Like, isn't that a trip? Like
that'd be nuts, man.
Yeah.
That would be.
And,
that'd be fucking insane.
Yeah, he tells that story on the Rogan podcast, and I'm sure it's on that documentary on Netflix too about Bob Lazar. I haven't finished it yet, so he hasn't talked about it so far.
Yeah,
but
I think we're already in the process of that crap getting revealed.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's
Most
been
definitely.
going on for a little while, but the Pentagon release, these guys actually coming out and
saying
the Men in Black are not shutting them up anymore.
Yeah,
right.
Because it's at this point, like you said, it's been little Easter eggs have been put in all these movies that once it happens, we're gonna attribute it to some movie we've seen. Oh, this is kind of like that movie.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we'll just it won't be such. Or what if they're waiting for AI? Once AI starts to make us okay, shit's gonna get weird, and then the aliens come
and go. You can't let AI be a separate species.
It wasn't weird when we had people claiming to be zebras. Was it weird enough for you then? Yeah. Well, either way, man, I'm looking forward to the disclosure because I know they're out there. It's just a matter of
it's a numbers thing.
At this point,
no way that we're not.
But I agree with you.
The only ones
about the how just going back since when I was telling y'all about that Chinese airport in 2010 or 11, somewhere around there. It's just this flying object immediately above the Chinese airport, eliminating all these colors down towards the airstrip.
I remember.
And it's just a story on the news, it's oh yeah, this is normal. And to go back to what you're saying, I think that's what they're doing is they're slowly. Now you got the Pentagon saying, yeah, we have some in our possession.
During a pandemic, let's just drop this story.
Yeah, they're all focused on the other stuff.
Yeah, they're focused on other shit.
Yeah, and they're saying, by the way, we believe it to be extraterrestrial origins. Not only do we have them in our possession, but slowly but surely, there's more sightings actually being covered on the news. Yeah, and they show it all, and people talk about it, and it's just it's what's that word you want to assimilate people to? Is that correct? Or get them used to it?
Yeah. Get them accustomed to it. Get them accustomed to it. Yeah. No, I'd agree with you on that. I'd totally agree with you on that. Sorry, you good?
Yeah. Pain in my knee.
It sucks.
Yeah. We got aliens. We went over some races, some theories, some interesting stuff. I
think we hit all the topics.
Yeah. We had a good. We got some good stuff on the Men in Black. I'll put that picture up there too. We'll have to save one of those.
And discussing how they'll reveal themselves.
Yeah.
I think it's already started.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was aliens. And we'll see you guys next Sunday where something else crazy gets cracked open. Adios, y'all.
Peace.